Hey, Tigers at home. When you're watching this, it won't be Dr. Seuss's birthday, but today is Dr. Seuss's birthday. So Coach Balderrama made us Coach 1, Coach 2, and Coach 3. Today we are learning at home striking with a short handle. So our short handle today is a ping pong paddle. If you're at home, you should already have watched the how to make a ping pong paddle, a short-handed stick, at home. So if you haven't, pause the video, go back to the video above, and make your paddle at home. Let's get started. So one of the first vocabulary words that you need to know is forehand strike, a forehand swing. We are going to be getting into tennis with a big tennis racket a little later, and it's the same with a ping pong paddle. So how to hold the ping pong paddle. First, you just want to shake hands with it. Hi, how are you? And it should be going up and down. When I mean up and down, I mean perpendicular to the floor. So like a plus sign, all 90-degree angles on each side of the plus sign. So this line is going up and down. The ping pong paddle, the face of it is angled up and down, and it's perpendicular to the floor going left to right, going horizontal. This is going vertical. So have your paddle at a vertical angle, shake hands with it, perfect. Now if you hit the ball this way, and you always start low and end high, if you go this way, that is a forehand hit, because this is your forehand, the front forehand hit. If you hit the ball backwards, going this way, this is your backhand. So if I strike the ball and it strikes on this hand, this is my backhand. So we're going to be working first on the forehand strike. And on the forehand strike, you Tigers at home, you will be using your paper ball or a small ball at home that doesn't break your paddle. I'm in the gym, so I have a ping pong ball. This is your forehand strike. And I want to strike the ball from low to high. So where I start behind me, and I start low, and when I strike the ball, the paddle is going in an upward motion. So when you strike your piece of paper at home, after you strike the ball, the paper should be spinning forward. That's so the ball or the paper on a ping pong paddle or a tennis racket, the ball doesn't soar way far like a big rainbow. You want it to go forward, but you also want it to have down spin on the ball. So your paper should spin slightly forward. So watch. Striking it just like that. I have another ball. Hold your piece of paper here, and let's practice the strike, low and high. Perfect. Ready? Low and high. Let's do that 5 or 6 times. Ready? Low and high. Low to high. Do this motion with me. Nice. Low to high. Nice. That's good. Low to high. We're striking the ball upwards, but also going forwards. Forwards and upwards towards your target. Now, we need to learn the backhand hit. The backhand hit, I would like to teach you this way today. You're going to hold the piece of paper in front of you, and you're going to have, this is the back of my hand, and we are going to start low on our belly button and end high in front of our face. And we're going to go forward, so we're going to hit the ball that way, okay? I have another ball, don't worry. Full of magic tricks today. Low to high. And I want you to practice that a few times. Low to high. And strike the ball hard. Strike it hard. Low to high. Strike your piece of paper hard. Let's do that motion together. Good. Now, at home, I want you to back up. Make sure you're not hitting anything. And I want you to see how far you can hit that piece of paper. And I want it to have spin on the piece of paper. Low to high. Low to high. Okay? Now, another thing we can do to practice is Let's all shake hands with it, a vertical line with your paddle at home, your paper plate or your styrofoam plate or your plastic plate. And I want to turn it over forehand, turn your wrist this way, and try to balance the piece of paper on the plate. Once you do that, let's practice moving the plate around and keeping the paddle now parallel with the floor, flat. Keep the paddle flat, parallel with the floor. Shake it around. Try not to let it fall. Okay? The second thing is we are going to try to volley and strike the piece of paper without it touching the floor. How many times can you strike the piece of paper without it touching the floor? Let's try this. With your piece of paper, it might be a little bit more difficult. It might go that way and this way because it's a ball of a piece of paper. It's crumbled up. So I want you to see how many times you can strike the ball. Now, when you strike the ball, notice I'm moving my shoulder instead of my wrist. If I move my wrist, the ball will go sideways. When you make impact with the ball, the paddle needs to be flat. The paddle needs to be perfectly flat. So if I'm moving my wrist, where is it going to go? To the side or behind me. You want to keep it flat and move your shoulder a little bit more. Remember, we're doing forehand, so I need to move my whole shoulder just like this to keep it flat. Just like this. Keep it flat on impact. Nice. Okay. How many times can you do that? The record is 32. Can you beat 32? Now let's switch our angle over to the backhand, and let's try to do it with the backhand. Good job, Tigers. Who had 5? Raise your hand if you had 5. Okay, well, I had 6. We're going to win. Here we go. Who's going to win? Keep it going. So today I want you to practice your forehand hit, your backhand hit, your backhand volley, striking it up and down, keep it going, and your forehand volley, striking it up and down. Okay? Have a great time at home.